we have ourselves today the Alpine Stars Faster 3 Rideknit HS black, yellow, red riding shoe. Of course, I'm rocking a size 10 in the US. In Europe, it's 43. Crack this open real quick, guys. Here's what's included in the packaging. We have 8-star stickers, so you have the CE certification tag, and then of course they give you some literature for the riding shoe, how to care for it, how to maintain it, warranty, and in different languages. All right, we won't stick on that too much, but if you pick up your own, you can kind of go through it and see what it's all about. Now, this comes in several colorways, and I wanted something a little bit more pronounced, something that's a little bit out there, that has a lot of styling cues, you know, very race ready. This is more of a hardcore riding shoe, I'd say, in comparison to my other one. The other one's more casual, I could wear on a daily basis. This is like if we're gonna go do some canyon carving heavy on the weekend, and I don't want to get a full-on boot that goes all the way up to my shin. This is where I go to, guys. The design, we're gonna start with that because I think it's really, really cool. And when you start going toward these riding shoes, personally, it's about time to go a little edgy. So in terms of design, I went with the stylings with the black, yellow, and red, you know, all over the shoe. That somewhat matches my bike, and also a little loud, that way people can see you when you're out there on the road. So that's one of the main reasons that I did go with that colorway, not just the standard black and white or all black, which you can. And this mesh material here, guys, definitely gives you a nice amount of breathability. It's pretty stern, pretty sturdy actually. And also you have this shift pad that's on both left and right shoe. All right, you have a slider, a toe box slider on your left side and your right side. When you move towards the back of the shoe, you have ankle protectors. It's like a hard plastic that we have here that's gonna protect your ankles. You're gonna see some Alpine Stars, some 8-star logos on here. Usually I like my shoes to be a little bit more subtle, my gear to be subtle, but in this case, I knew I wanted something that had a little bit more personality, something that's a little bit louder, a little bit more colors, more design and stuff, and that's the exact look that I was going for. Towards the heel area, you have a hard plastic, almost like a slider here. I guess embedded design with function. Okay, this is a hard plastic. I'm sure if you land on here, you'll be able to slide just like here as well, protect your ankle. And it goes all the way from your top of your outer ankle all the way down to the foot area. This hard plastic here, it's like a TPU. It's gonna allow you nice space for you to slide if you were to land on a crash or anything. Also, it's pretty rigid in terms of bendability, so that way your foot will stay steady if you were to go down while you're on the road. I must admit, my other everyday riding shoe felt a little bit firmer. I guess it had a bigger sole. This one's a little bit thinner. The other one felt like it was more rigid. I have a little bit more bendability here, but for sure, this is gonna keep your foot in place if you go out there on the road and then you have to lay down your bike or you crash. I don't like to say lay down, crash, because nobody wants to lay down their bikes. Moving towards the back area here, you have the sole that went a little bit higher up. It's more of a design area. Also, it gives you a little bit more grip. We do have a little bit of a reflective stripe right behind your heel. That way it gives you visibility at night. And there is a dip, if you notice on the design right back here. I think it's a very cool design. Just picture yourself shifting, you know, going up or going down the gearbox. This is not gonna hinder the foot from getting full actuation up or down. So that's a clever design. You have also a wicking material that's great for sweat. That's not gonna keep the moisture into the shoe. Basically, if it gets wet over time, it's gonna dry out. Really cool there. And you have a variety of fabric and style. You have TPU on here. You have that mesh material. You also have leather compilation, and you have a hard sole with tons of grip. This design is just not for styling. As you can see, you're gonna have very little bit of slide once you're on your bike, you're on the pegs. It's gonna stay nice and steady, right? You also have a little bit of a slider here in the toe box. Really, really cool. This one is designed really if you're gonna go out there to ride hard and you're not at the track, but you're really gonna go ham while you're out there on the road. This is the riding shoe I would recommend. We're gonna go on the inside of the foot here. It's a little bit more subtle, a little bit more quiet in terms of designs, but take a look. Perforation on the side of the foot, again, give you a lot of breathability. Most of your airflow is going to come from the outer side of your foot, but you do have one portion here that's going to keep the foot nice and cool while you're out there on the road. Also, you do have more ankle protection on the left side of your foot. It is all out leather on the inside of your foot and the toe box, nice and sturdy here. So when you're getting those nice positive click in your shifts, you won't miss any shifts. Really, really great design. A really nice shoe. It's not something I'm probably gonna wear every day, but it's definitely something that's ideal if you want to be a little bit louder and you want people to see you, want at least to be seen while you're on the road. That's where you want to go, and it gives you added protection. We're just going to take a closer look at the very top. They have an upper strap here. They also have Alpine Stars logo right here, beveled into the leather. I'm going to pull up the strap. Nice little grip on here. Let's take a quick look at the laces and see how they fare and how they tuck in. So you guys might see that strap here that goes around your ankle and wonder what's the real idea behind it. It's a means to keep the laces tucked away from the controls, and you can tuck them right behind that strap. That is a cool and clean design that's going to help you be as efficient as you can be while you're on the road without any kind of hindrance. So really, really dope there. We're going to take a look on the inside of the riding shoe. It's always a great idea for us to take a quick look on the inside. This is a sweat wicking material. This one's in red. Again, lots of style points for this one, guys, not just safety. If you look on the inside here, you're gonna see the Alpine Stars branding. In the tongue, it tells you the size you're wearing, the name of the boot, which is Faster 3 Rideknit boot, the safety inspection that it meets, the requirements. This boot is definitely something I would recommend to people that's going a lot harder, that needs something a little bit more safety. And the laces, I'm just gonna kind of undo those a little bit here. You do have some elastication right here. The boot doesn't fully open completely. That way you can easily pull the tongue up once you're getting ready to hit the road and putting this on. This is a sweat wicking material, so while the mesh material on the side is gonna allow some breathability while you're on the road doing a hot day, on the inside of it, that sweat is going to be wickered and dry off as you're going throughout your day with some cool air running through the boot itself. Really dope and very protective boot. Truly love the design. I love the look. This design, guys, is really on the market for someone that's looking for a ton of protection, having the flexibility almost of a riding boot, or a semi of a riding boot. This is a great in-between position between my first one, that's a riding sneaker. This one's somewhat of a riding boot. It's not too bulky. And then you could step up to something that goes all the way up on your shin. I love the overall lineup that Alpine Stars has, or that's on the market, from someone that's looking to have something on an everyday basis like myself. I love those shoes. But every now and then we go hard with friends and we want to be a little bit safer. We can jump into something like this. And then if you're doing track days, then you could do like a full-on boot. Really, really dope setup. If you guys notice something that's very unique here, on the outer side of the boot itself, you can see all of the design, some of the colors, some of the mesh where the wind is going to go through. On the inside, where you don't get to see when you're riding, it's all complete black leather, right? Very subtle. It's all about protecting you, making sure you're safe. Again, that ankle boot area where your ankle land is nice and sturdy, where your toe box is nice and sturdy, where you're going to hit most of your shifts, basically like around here before that mesh area. That's nice and sturdy. And I love the parallel design that they did. In a lot of boots where you would see they have like a toe box just for the shifter, but even though you don't use the right hand side, right, of the toe box shifter, both designs are parallel with one another. I love that a lot. Now, in terms of fit and finish, stitching and everything else, there is no miss there, guys. Everything is absolutely perfect. And if we look at the very bottom of the boot, at the very tip of your toe, you're gonna see the Ape Star logo, the Alpine Stars logo right there, and then the full Alpine Stars written. There's a small divot here, tons of grip on there. There is no slipping or sliding that you're gonna have. It is designed for you to keep your foot at the position you currently are at. Whether you're cornering, you're on your toes, you're good, or whether you a little laid back to shift, you're not gonna get any slippage. Really, really dope design. And I love the multi-facet of the TPU, the hard leather, the hard sole. I would probably rank that a medium because it's not completely stiff. It's going to give you some flexibility. Now you can actually wear this shoe off the bike. It's subtle enough where it's not going to be like, hey, you're not wearing something that's not a real sneaker. You can definitely get away with it if you're edgy in terms of fashion, you wear stuff that stands out or that gives it a lot of personality. You can do that. And if you're looking for something that's really muted, you can go all black, or you can go black leather, black TPU, and then the mesh area here, this material could be white or it could be red. I really thought it'd be time for me to go with something that's a little bit more pronounced. And I like that. Very thin laces, by the way, and I like the fact that you can tuck your laces into that little strap here in the very front. It's not going to mess around with your controls. Really, really nice job, Alpine Stars. I really like this a lot. Can't wait to have the long-term review of this product for you guys, give you my overall idea. I do tend to see some people's riding shoe falls apart over time. And for me, the fit and finish seems to be perfect. There's no imperfection in the stitching at all, or in the gluing. So if I were a betting guy, I'd say this is going to hold up really, really well. Can't wait to tell you my thoughts and takes about this piece.